Hey viewers, welcome to another game of CasualProGamer. Today we are doing another game, well, game 5 in fact, between MillTVSTAFF and IMProtoss. So IMProtoss, obviously the Protoss, and MillTVSTAFF playing as the Terran. And this is game number 5 out of a best of 5. So we're going to have to see how that works out for them. And yeah. First of all, we're starting off by just producing some stuff, some new workers, pylon, and the pylon is actually going down. No, okay, that's kind of a strange place. Normally we see it either in base, because then the travel time for the probe is the shortest, or we see it all the way over here to defend this base when it comes up. But over here would mean, yeah, I don't know, maybe trying to semi-wall off this junk. I don't know. We'll have to see how he does that. Anyway, we see a wall off going down for the Terran player, but he's not going to be in time. The probe is in fact going to just sneak in, and is he going to? Yes, he is going to sneak in, and yeah, he almost lost that opportunity because he wanted to attack this supply depot for some reason. Even though, yeah, he can never take down a supply depot. Well, he can technically, but you would have to be a really bad player to allow that to happen. But well, you never know. You never know. Maybe people don't realize or well forget to send out troops, or I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, he did a little bit of harassment, and then all of a sudden, well, decided, well, I do want to get in. And the wall off now complete, so he can no longer escape. And yeah, maybe he's going to steal some minerals, try to attack an SCV, because probes can quite easily attack SCVs and win. And he is indeed trying to harass a little bit. So yeah, we see the early nexus coming up, and the gateway. It's all good. Nothing really spectacular so far. The command center will come down as well, and yeah, the marine just getting damaged a little bit, but taking out the probe without any trouble. The command center coming up now, and he is going to be behind by a few seconds on this this nexus. It is 20 seconds left, and this one is 80 seconds left now. So yeah, he's a few seconds behind, about a minute behind, I would say, a little more. And yeah, that's not a big enough deal to actually make any difference. I still don't know why he placed the gateway here. Maybe to be a little bit more in front with that first unit, but yeah, that doesn't really matter at all. Because after that, of course, after that first unit, you're normally going to get the warp gates going, and warp gates can warp in wherever they want. So yeah, I really don't have a clue. So the SCV going to retreat to the base, and we will have to see how that works for the rest of the game. Because yeah, he doesn't have a scout now. He saw what he needed to see, namely that there is in fact an expansion going up. But the robotics facility, for example, was not scouted. So yeah, the most important information kind of forgot to scout for that. And of course he can't stay in forever, because the first unit that comes out normally is either a stalker or well, normally it is a stalker. In this case a sentry. It would have taken out the SCV, but well, he would have seen this robotics facility and 2 more gateways. So this is really the maximum you can produce, I believe. Yeah, I'm not actually sure. I think you can still maintain a little bit of yeah, of saving, so you can get some upgrades and such. And yeah, for now, not really spectacular, but we are just building up. Both of them know this is the final game. It is 2 versus 2 in the score, and yeah, we'll just have to see how that works out. for this game, because both of them really stopped the aggression and starting to just build up their armies and try to out macro the other guy. So just getting more stuff, and that will eventually win you the game, of course. So income wise, we have the Protoss being a little bit ahead of the Terran player, but it kind of varies. It seems that the Protoss is a little ahead, even though our Terran player does have these mules going, and that means that the Protoss player probably, well, just better off with that early Nexus. And we have our first attack coming in here. Wow. Just huge amounts of damage coming down from that Immortal, immediately taking some shots at the enemies, and yeah, they melt instantly, and the rest is going to just fall back a little. Going to regroup probably with more troops that are coming out. But yeah, it's a kind of small army. It's about 6 Marines and a Marauder. No stim pack yet. No, nothing really. Our concussive shells are completed. But yeah, he is getting that stim pack. It's 60 seconds away from being done. Combat shield is about 30 seconds away. Well, 20 I believe. Yeah, all in all, just attacking this destructible rock pile, and he will be going in afterwards. And yeah, once he has both the stim pack and the shield, he will go in and try to do some damage, but he will have to wait for a few more seconds. And yeah, he's easily going to complete that before dropping. He's going to go for the main base here, and yes, there is a pylon scouting this, but there are no units, so we're going to have to see how that works out. So as you can see, everything gets dropped, and there are a few units here. And is he going to be able to do anything? Wow, the pylon stays alive at 4 HP. That is incredible. He's going to drop a Marine to finish that off. Oh, he didn't manage to! He didn't manage to pick it up. What? What was he doing there then? I don't know. I have no clue what the plan was. So this is just a factory floating in. And a pretty big army gathering up over here. He has 3 Immortals. And this little army is going to try again. This time it is going to snipe the pylon, but yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. There is an observer here, and the observer sees this, I believe. And yes, he is going to kill the pylon, but the rest of the army will melt to this, well, this Protoss army. The Protoss army is a little bit bigger than the Terran army, and yes, he does have to pick everything back up and move out of there. So yeah, all of his medevacts are relatively healthy. And let's see, the units lost. It's pretty equal, even though the Protoss lost an extra pylon, and that's the extra 100 minerals or resources. So exactly equal in army lost, that is. Which means that the Protoss is still ahead, because the Protoss had an earlier base. He had more income. Well, he still has more income, and he had more harvesters going. So all in all, he is doing a good job of holding off the Terran assault. Even though he went for that early economy, he held his ground with the army he had. And man, 3 Marauders coming in, but they're not going to do anything against Zealots, because against Zealots they're not very good. Multiple Zealots, that is. One-on-one, of course, yeah, that's a whole different story. But against multiple Zealots they are not really the best. And yeah, Zealots just do flat damage. The Marauders do extra damage, double damage to to armored units. And Zealots aren't armored. These guys are armored, the Immortals, but they don't get extra. They don't take extra damage. It's just for the Stalkers, and yeah, the Immortals in fact take less damage from those Marauders. They only take 10 damage at maximum. So even if you upgrade the damage, it won't matter. And against the Marines, obviously, they're not that good because, well, Marines only do like 8 damage. 6 I think. Let's see, 6, yep. So they only do 6 damage, so all 6 damage will go through, well, just like normal. And come on, get it done. The charge has been upgraded, so he can actually get up close and personal with the ranged units, even if he gets slowed. Large amounts of these Marauders are on the field. And let's see how many he actually has. He has 19 Marauders versus 25 Marines. And that is a strange composition. Normally we see yeah, about 5 Marines to every Marauder, because Marauders are expensive compared to the Marines. And yeah, that's why we normally don't see them. So here's the base. You can see a little bit of what's going on in base. The enemy base. And what are we going to do? We're going to just flat run in. Okay, that's cool. It's not the best of tactics, of course. Yeah, you're going to lose a few of your first units in, and those are Zealots at this moment. And oh, getting sniped here. So the Zealots actually, yeah, they were retreating in a very strange pattern, and just came back to kind of finish off a few of those Marauders. And wow, the Vikings trying to snipe these Colossi. I believe he got one, but then losing all of the Vikings except for one. So that may not work out brilliantly. These Archons are of course very good against flying units. I believe they do have splash. I'm not actually sure. It doesn't say, but they used to have splash in StarCraft 1, and I believe they wanted to get it out and then put it back in or something like that, because in the beta they didn't have splash. So I'm not sure if they put it in by now, because they wanted to put it back in. But I don't know if they came back from that decision. And yeah, I can't answer you that because it's not in the tooltips, and if it's not in the tooltips, then I don't know it. Anyway, they do extra damage versus biological, which is everyone here, because these are all biological units, so both the Marauders and the Marines. And that means that, yeah, Archon's really good. And of course this guy, yeah, he was all the way in the back, but still got sniped. He didn't get enough damage done, I think, for the amount he costs. Because, well, Colossi are really, really expensive. And where are all the Stalkers? There are no Stalkers out. And does he really have no Stalkers? Ah, he has 2 Stalkers, that's it. That's the wrong key. Yeah, we're going to have to see how the armies are. The Protoss, or the Terran army is much bigger, or much more expensive. That's a real big difference between the two. And yeah, that's with the Ghost now. And yeah, well, all of the Marauders, of course, the Marauders are really expensive, but they're also really good, and that's why all of these Zealots are here, because Zealots do well against the Marauders. Wow, losing a whole bunch of Zealots, and he couldn't make it work. Yeah, the Storm not really doing anything. And there you go, that was a good Storm. And a whole bunch of extra units coming up. And they're not running to the front, they're in fact running to the back. And wow, just losing so many units, this Protoss player. That is really not what he wants to have happened to him. He's losing all of his units that can shoot air. Only 2 Stalkers now available. Oh, almost loses his Colossus there without doing anything. But he did pull it back in time. And there we go, getting a bunch of the Marauders. So that makes up for it. Wow, this Wonder Viking trying to take out a Colossus. The Colossi actually really damaged. 14 HP, 130 HP. That is not a whole lot. So they can easily get sniped. The Viking is still there. It is biding its time. And yeah, this army is much bigger. And it seems that he's trying to just make it work. What did he drop? Oh, Zealots. Okay. Yeah, that's no big deal. Thought they might be Dark Templar or something like that, but no, it's just Zealots. Trading one Zealot for a Marauder, that's not really good for the Terran player. Because he could have sniped that Zealot, well, without any cost. Man, so many medefacts. And medefacts, although they're really good, they're not going to do anything in this, in this current battle. Because they are normally used after the battle. And yeah, he has to give up because he doesn't have any army left. So the units, it was just the Zealots versus the Marauders, and the Marauders just couldn't make it work because Marauders are not very good against that that Zealot army, because Marauders can do very well one-on-one, but they're not very good against multiple Zealots because they just get sniped. They just get surrounded, and then there's too much damage for them. And yeah, because the Zealots aren't armored, they don't do extra damage. And these Immortals do extra damage. These Colossi, they don't do extra damage, but they do splash damage. Well, in a line. And that worked out really well. So I really had no clue who was going to win, but it turns out it is the Protoss player with his new army coming up. Yeah, the Protoss player actually pulled it out. So good job. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.